So thank you. Today we are here in Malindi Sub-County Hospital Mortuary, and we've embarked on the fifth phase of a post-mortem process of the bodies that we exhumed the other time. As part of the whole process, which started last year, whereby we exhumed a number of bodies at the Shakahola area. In this fifth phase of exhumation and post-mortem, we were able to get about 24 bodies, which we have here at the mortuary. Today we did a total of 6. The rest will continue on this week until we finish. Among the bodies we did today, most of them had turned to skeletons. I think because of the duration of time which has taken from the time they were buried to the time we exhumed. So they were skeletonized. So when a body is skeletonized, it's very, very difficult to know the cause of death, because we don't see things we see is skeletons. So we didn't see any injuries in the bone, which can also help us. Most of them, actually, all the 6 of them were children, and we've taken samples for DNA, which will help us to identify them, which have been taken by the government analysts for the same purpose. So tomorrow we meet here again and we continue with the process. The DNA is being done by a different department, which is the government chemist. As for now, they are still continuing with the extraction. Today I talked to the analysts at length, and what they told us is there are so many profiles that they've generated. A profile is you take, let's say, a skeleton which you've given, then you generate DNA from it. So that's what's called a profile. So there are very many profiles that they've generated, but their biggest challenge is reference sample. Reference sample is a sample which is obtained from the relatives, because not many relatives are willing to come and be part of the process. So they promise that they are still continuing with the process, and within time they'll be able to give us more results. I think our message is just be patient, because even the process of extraction of DNA is usually very, very complex. It's not like a test of malaria or typhoid, where you just go to the lab and get a result within a day. It's a very complex thing. And as I was talking to the analyst, because of the level of deterioration of the samples, decomposition, all that, they had to take, to even run some samples several times to be able to come up with a profile. So I think they just need to be patient as we continue with the process. And also, the persons who have reason believe that they had people who died at the site, they should just come forward to any chemist nearby, so that now their sample can be taken for the purpose of cross-referencing. Yeah. For the total, remember we did 429 autopsies, and right now we have 24 bodies. So I think the total should be 453. This just go from the general principle of a forensic medicine, in that if, say, for example, you try all your best to identify someone and this person is not known, we have a procedure in which we bury in a marked grave, meaning that you're buried temporarily as you wait for analysis to come. So what usually happens, you just have graves which are marked with the numbers, numbers which are similar to the number which are on the body itself, so that in event that a profile is generated, you'll be able to tell that this body was buried in such a grave. So we don't know when it will happen, but it might reach that stage whereby we need now to go to the forest and bury bodies in marked grave, which can be retrieved in future. Yeah. The exercise is very difficult to predict. But it was our hope that we are not going to exhume more bodies again, because we try our best to exhume all the bodies, with all the graves that we suspected had bodies. We covered all of them. So what actually will happen now, there will be a last survey which will be undertaken by the DCI. They have their way which they are going to undertake survey in the whole of the forest, so that now when we wrap up, we are sure that we are not leaving any human remain in the place.
Domolo, kwani ulimwambia nini msichana? Hata hawezi kuangalia baby face. Ai. Toto muone kama mtoto wako. Kati mic chako.
Shika mic.